All right, so have you been thinking about maybe picking up Italian?
Seems like it's pretty popular these days.
Yeah, it really does. And lucky for us, we've got this awesome article from Lingualid called 15 Best Reasons to Learn Italian in 2024. It's like our roadmap, kind of.
It really captures the energy. Like, did you know Italian's the fourth most popular language in the US now?
Wow, really?
Yeah. College enrollment's up like
Oh.
20%, growing faster than any other language they say.
20%, that's huge. What do you think is driving that? Everyone just wants to order pizza better.
Well, the food's a big part of it, but there's more to it than that.
Mm-hmm.
Italy's got this pull, culturally, I mean, art, history, the whole dolce far niente thing.
Dolce far niente, what's that?
The sweetness of doing nothing, like enjoying life's simple pleasures. And learning the language, it's like a key to understand all that, more than just, ordering a cappuccino.
It's like when in Rome, but you're actually living it. I can see the appeal in that. Yeah.
Exactly. Plus, learning Italian isn't as hard as it used to be. There's apps, online courses. You could basically chat with Michelangelo's David from your couch now. It's wild.
From your couch. That's pretty cool. But okay, besides that, what about, career stuff? I saw the article mention something like 7,500 American companies doing business with Italy.
Huge market, yeah. Over 1,000 U.S. firms have offices there too.
Really?
Big names in all kinds of industries, automotive, food and wine, tech, even shipbuilding, they say. Knowing Italian can really set you apart, especially with companies that, well, prefer to use their own language.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Imagine being the only one who can clear up a misunderstanding or pick up on a cultural thing others miss. Could be a game changer.
Absolutely. Think of the luxury brands, Ferrari, Gucci. Being able to connect on that level, it builds trust. Strong partnerships.
Couldn't it also open doors to work in Italy itself?
Oh, for sure. Picture yourself working for a fashion house in Milan or a winery in Tuscany.
I can picture it. But speaking of beauty and culture, we can't forget all the art and design, right?
Definitely not. Italy's got the most UNESCO World Heritage sites, more than anywhere else in the world. And that's everywhere, from the Colosseum to the Uffizi Gallery. But knowing Italian, it's more than just seeing the art. It's understanding the meaning, the history, the artist's intention even.
Art's a language of its own, but knowing the actual language, I guess that takes it up a notch.
It's like decoding the culture woven into it all, every brushstroke, every sculpture.
That's pretty deep. Okay, so we've got culture, careers, art, but what about this connection to Latin they mentioned?
Ah, yeah. Over 60% of English words, they come from Latin roots. And Italian's one of the closest living languages to it, they say.
Yeah.
1 million Italian high schoolers even study Latin for 5 years. Did you know that?
5 years. Wow. Makes you wonder if learning Italian could make Latin easier, like a cheat code almost.
Could be. Languages all connect in interesting ways, so understanding one can help with another, like a secret passage through language history.
I always struggled with Latin.
Mm.
Maybe Italian's my way in then. But you know what else I'm thinking about? Travel.
Who doesn't dream of sipping espresso in Rome or getting lost in Florence, right?
Exactly.
But imagine going beyond just seeing it, ordering food in a little trattoria confidently from a handwritten menu, chatting with locals about hidden spots in the city. That's what language can unlock.
Not just watching a travel show, but actually being part of it.
Exactly. You're in it, not just looking at it. And that goes for everything from understanding jokes to picking up on little cultural things you'd otherwise miss.
So it's like a deeper experience.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm convinced. Got to learn Italian, got to order that gelato like a pro. But hold on, we haven't even talked about the food itself yet.
The language of love and deliciousness. They say Italian's got the richest vocabulary for food more than any other language. Goes way beyond pizza and pasta.
Really? More words for different types of pasta, is that it?
It's understanding the subtleties, the regional differences, even the history behind each dish. You might know spaghetti, but do you know spaghetti alla carbonara from spaghetti alla puttanesca? Exactly. Yeah. And it's not just technical terms. It's the stories, the passion, the love that goes into Italian food culture.
So learning Italian, it's more than just the language, huh? It's like a whole different way of experiencing things. The food, the art, just everyday life.
It really is. And this is just scratching the surface. There's so much more to uncover about what learning Italian can do for you.
I'm ready to dig deeper. We'll be right back after a quick break to explore even more reasons why learning Italian might be the best decision you make in 2024.
And we're back. Man, I'm already dreaming of Italy. But before I book that flight, what about this whole thing with Italian cinema and music? They mentioned that in the article too.
Ah, Italian cinema, so many masterpieces. Think about watching Fellini, like La Dolce Vita or Visconti the Leopard.
Oh yeah, I've heard of those.
But imagine getting it all, not just the subtitles, the jokes, the way they talk.
Yeah.
You'd feel the emotions so much more.
That's true. You'd really connect with it. And it's not just the classics either. There's great stuff coming out now, movies and TV shows that show you what modern Italy's like. But you miss out on a lot if you're just reading subtitles, you know?
Makes sense. You know, I've always liked opera, but I'll admit I have no idea what they're singing half the time.
Well, opera is dramatic even for Italians. But seriously, if you understand the words, it adds a whole other layer. Like reading the book it's based on, you get the characters better, why they do what they do.
So it's not just pretty voices, it's the whole story they're telling.
Exactly. And Italian music, it's more than just opera, right? There's the cantatori like DeAndre, Dalla, then modern pop stars, Pausini, Ramazzotti, and of course film scores like Morricone. Those melodies, they just pull you in.
It makes you realize learning a language, it's not just about speaking, it opens you up to all these other things, art, music.
Absolutely. And you can be part of it, not just watching. Imagine joining a book club in Italian, going to a poetry reading, even writing something yourself.
Writing in Italian, that's a cool thought.
It can happen. The more you're in the language, the more natural it becomes to think that way. It's empowering, honestly.
So many possibilities. You know, the article also mentioned something about cognitive benefits, like learning Italian's good for your brain.
Yeah. There's more and more research saying that learning a new language, it's like a workout for your mind.
Makes sense.
You're thinking in different ways, making connections. Your brain has to work harder, basically. And that can help with problem solving, creativity. They even say it might help you stay sharp as you get older.
So it's not just learning words, it's keeping your brain young. I like that.
It's a win-win, really. Investing in yourself, expanding your world, and staying sharp all at once.
Okay, so we've got culture, careers, art, brain power. Learning Italian's starting to sound like the ultimate life hack.
It does, doesn't it? And we haven't even touched on the feeling of accomplishment you get mastering a new language. It's tough, sure, but the reward is huge.
Yeah, to be able to just talk to someone in another language, get their jokes, understand all the little things.
It's about connecting, like you're part of something bigger, bridging those gaps between cultures.
So it's not just a skill, it's a whole new way of thinking, a new way to see the world.
Exactly. It's about potential, becoming more well-rounded, more adaptable, a global citizen, really.
Well said. And on that note, let's take a quick pause before we jump into the final part of our Italian deep dive. We've got even more reasons to learn Italian coming up, so stay tuned. Okay, we're back and ready for the final part of our Italian deep dive. I'm already picturing myself like walking through Tuscany, chatting with the locals, all in Italian, of course.
Beautiful image, isn't it? And, going back to those career benefits for a sec, the article actually mentions a higher earning potential if you speak Italian.
How? Now you've got my attention. But seriously, how much of a difference are we talking?
Studies show that bilingual employees, especially those with in-demand languages, can earn like 5% to even 20% more.
20%? That's not messing around.
Yeah.
I guess the more skills you have, the more valuable you are, right?
Exactly. And it's not just the money, it's the opportunities. Travel, international projects, maybe even moving to Italy if you want.
So it's about having choices, more flexibility, finding a career that you're really passionate about.
Exactly. And let's not forget that feeling of accomplishment, mastering a new language. It's a challenge, but it's so rewarding.
Speaking of challenges, the article does say learning a new language takes work. It's not like you just download an app and boom, you're fluent.
That's true. But you don't have to do it all at once. Start with the basics, grammar and vocab, then slowly immerse yourself. Watch movies, listen to music, read books, even chat with native speakers if you can.
It's like training for a marathon, right? You don't start by running 26 miles, you build up to it.
Exactly. And there are tons of resources to help you, like apps, online courses, even local groups where you can practice speaking.
So you're not alone, even if you're a beginner. It's like a whole community learning together.
Exactly. And remember, it's not just about the end goal. It's about the whole journey, the challenges, the little victories, and enjoy it all.
That's a great point. It shouldn't feel like a chore. It should be something you enjoy. So what have we learned today? We've talked about so many reasons to learn Italian, from experiencing the culture to career boosts, personal growth.
It's about expanding your horizons, challenging yourself, and connecting with the world in a deeper way. If that sounds appealing, learning Italian might be the perfect adventure for you.
And if you're ready to get started, check out the full article on Lingualid. They've got even more tips and resources to help you out.
As you embark on this journey, remember, learning Italian isn't just about a new skill. It's about a new way of life, a new way of thinking, a new way to experience the world.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And with that, we'll say arrivederci. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Italian language and culture. Ciao.